For Victims and Villains, my name is Houston.
And I'm the problem.
And today we're talking about Project Hail Mary.
This story, we follow a middle school teacher turned astronaut as we follow him through the many adventures he takes and the friends he meets and some enemies as well along the way.
I love this movie. I love this movie way more than I thought I would. It reminded me of Interstellar, which I asked before if you had seen it. If you haven't, it breaks my heart. We will change that soon because I love that movie. But anyways, Ryan Gosling, the comedy, the music in this also hits. Like, there are so many things this film just hits perfectly. The emotions hit just so sharply. There are multiple times throughout this movie where, well, you leaned over and asked if I was crying. The answer is yes.
I absolutely adored this. I really latched on to a lot of the visuals with outer space. I felt like I was in space 90% of the movie.
This movie is just absolutely a pure joy, and I feel like it's been so long since we've really kind of encountered a film that embraces the definition of blockbuster in this way, that kind of encapsulates everything that you want from a movie. Not only, I'm glad you brought up the visuals, because this movie is like a feast of visuals. There is one part in particular towards the end of the film's second act that I was so satisfied walking out of that movie.
As a science nerd, space nerd girl, this hit hard. I mean, obviously, I thoroughly enjoyed it. While it felt long, it never felt boring or drolling on. Everything just kept you captivated and mesmerized the entire time.
Do you think, for me, the pacing of this movie, like you said, like I agree with you, like it's never boring, it never lags, it never is dull. I think the way that the emotions hit, and I think the thing that for me that surprised me the most, maybe you feel differently, is the way that the comedy hit. There is, with the Rocky and Grace relationship, there's a lot of fish out of water humor in this that I wasn't expecting.
Yeah, the jokes hit well. There were also some dad jokes in there, which I definitely enjoyed. They were like, I don't know if you caught them, and maybe I'm just the like little NASA nerd over here, but there were a lot of like very like space related jokes. There were astronaut related jokes about like other stuff that if you follow any of the space adventures or any of space time history, those hit. So like on a nerd level, like it tickled my brain. I liked it.
Well, two things. First off, you are wearing a NASA hoodie. So, and two, those jokes kind of completely flew over my head, but it does, I think, speak to the direction of Lord and Miller, and also Drew Goddard, who did the book adaptation for it and brought this to the screen. I am kind of the minority. I was not a huge fan of The Martian, which is the writer of this. So the source material is first kind of book out there that kind of, I don't want to say put him on the map, but is probably one of his more recognizable works. For me, though, I think it's just, again, Lord and Miller just absolutely crushed this. I mean, they're two of the best directing team working today, and Drew Goddard crushes it. This is probably a career best script from him. So.
I feel like you get a little bit of like the sci-fi elements that you get from like Venom, but then you like pair it off with like how much research and like effort, the same amount that went into like Marty Supreme. So for me, like it felt like a blend of both of those movies coming together, which was exciting. I know you're looking at me like I'm crazy, but also for someone who hasn't really, like, I love space, but I haven't seen The Martian, I haven't seen Interstellar. I like Star Wars.
So comment below and let me know if I should have her watch 2001: A Space Odyssey,
Oh wait, I've seen that.
Interstellar,
I've seen
The
2001: A Space
Martian,
Odyssey.
some of these other movies that Venom just feels like such a weird. Like I understand where your head's at because I'm dating you and understand how it works, but it's
Well, I'm just thinking about
weird.
the storyline concept and how the science from a lot of the Venom movies is the same science they employ in this movie,
It's
and
just
I
in
love
reverse.
it. And I love it.
It's in reverse, though.
Well, don't give too much away.
I have to also throw out here the performances from Ryan Gosling and James Ortiz, who voices and also brought to life Rocky. We just learned on a Google search that he is actually a puppet. So
Five-legged puppet.
The fact that this is actually embracing the practical effects, I think, just gives me such a finer, deeper appreciation for this.
Yeah, definitely practical effects worked for me. Finding out Rocky is a five-legged puppet, that was like really cool to me. Just because I know so many people in the puppetry industry that like having something that's like could have easily been all CGI'd and having that puppetry in there, you're also opening a whole new job market for people. So like I think it's really cool. I think it's a cool movie because it's doing things in a unique way while also staying true to science. And like, in fact, we looked up like a lot of the astronomical data in the movie is from actual scientific research currently being conducted.
I'm ready to run this one through our Rorschach rating scale.
So I haven't given one yet. So I think this is going to be my first 5 out of 5. 5 for every leg of Rocky. 5 out of 5 for Project Hail Mary for me. It was so good. And that's something I haven't been able to say in a really long time.
Yeah, I agree. Project Hail Mary is a 5 out of 5. I've given a couple out this year, but this one really, for me, I think is going to end up being one of the best films of the year. At least top 5 worthy because of the performances here, the practical effects, the visuals, the score, the emotions, the comedy. There's so many things about this movie that just make it so remarkable. To call it exceptional would be a massive understatement.
And I'll just say, as someone who is really, really, really not a Ryan Gosling fan, I really do hope he gets the Oscar for this one because just bravo is all I can say.
Comment below and let me know what movie I should show her to maybe change her opinion on Ryan Gosling.
The whole movie.
Well, fist my bump.
That's not how this works, but all right. It's not quite right.
In the show notes below, you guys will find links to podcasts on our podcast network, more movie reviews like this, our mental health resource library, and a subscribe button. So until next time, remember to keep it classy, keep your head out of the clouds.